Hey, it's Ben here from Evocative Brand Design, here to talk to you about branding. And I thought, who better to speak to about branding than a cow? This is Dianne. Say hello, Dianne. Dianne's walking away. Hey, it's Ben here from Evocative Brand Design, here to talk to you about branding up. All right, getting a video with a cow in the background is proving more difficult than first anticipated. Right, they always say never work with children or animals. Anyway, Dianne keeps wandering off. Branding really began with cattle farmers needing to prove ownership of their animals. Certainly theft was a big issue. If I think of someone within convoy who would be most likely to be a bush ranger, certainly Mr. Neil Terry comes to mind. So if I'm a cattle farmer and then Mr. Terry in the middle of the night decides he likes the look of some of my cows, takes off with them, it's very hard for me then to prove that I actually own those animals the next day. So the idea came about to fashion a distinctive symbol out of wrought iron, which became a branding iron. So a distinct symbol that's unique to me, and then that got heated up and pushed into the animal's skin. Not probably the nicest experience. I think some people have had painful branding experiences in the past, but certainly for the cows that was a bit nasty. And then basically those animals ended up with a symbol. So over time, those distinct markings started to represent certain qualities, and with that consistency, so if you consistently produce good cattle, had certain qualities over and over, there was trust in those qualities that was built up over time. Other examples of early branding, stone cutters. So there's examples of early Egypt where they're cutting stones, and the stone cutters would actually put their own markings into the stones that they were cutting. That showed how the quality was built up over time. So lots of examples of good work, and that helped to determine their levels of pay and how they were employed in the future. There's examples of pots in very early illiterate societies. So again, if people can't read, there's not much point putting a name or a word on a pot. So when there's spices or oils or other goods, the shapes of the pots and the actual styles help to build up those brand identities over time. Industrial revolution came along, so mass production, wider distribution, and of course packaging eventually arrived. Stores got bigger. Local shopkeepers would recommend products in the early days. That's changed over the years, where products have now got to fend for themselves a lot. Transport networks grew, so people are going more places, so businesses have more opportunity to work abroad with broader markets. Newspapers, cinema, radio, they all became more sophisticated, and these brands then need to work a lot harder to gain attention and stand out. Magazines, TV, advertising, billboards, you've got supermarkets, national retail chains, all this sort of stuff created national competition rather than just local. And as people like Frank are finding out, the internet and then eventually mobile devices have made it completely global. So these brands now, including yours, compete literally with other brands all around the world. So with all this competition, sophistication and complexity, it's no wonder branding can feel like a confusing topic. It doesn't seem simple anymore. But if we bring it back to the cow, wherever the cow's gone, down the hill, essentially a brand is a distinctive marking, but these days that's a logo and a brand identity, which becomes associated with certain qualities around you and your business. And over time, that consistency of those qualities builds authenticity and trust. That's it from me. I don't know if the cow's got any comments. Got anything to add, Dianne? Nothing? Just gonna keep eating? Righto.